from a bunker in a top secret location. In southern Indiana comes a gathering of the Gospel Broalition. If it's religion, politics, cars, guns, cigars, and anything else flammable, we're talking about it. For men, by manlier men. Get it? Got it? Good. This is the Gospel Broalition. And here are your hosts, Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson, and the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul.
So I have finally decided what I'm going to do with my life since I'm 55 and I've hit a midlife crisis. And what did you do?
They can't see yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and move this so they can't see it.
Oh,
there we go.
I heard a gong. I said midlife crisis and I heard a gong. It's like, is it my time to go? No, that's a bell. I get angels' wings. That's not in the Bible either. We're going to be talking about that next week.
Really
Angels have wings?
No. Okay,
stop.
Don't get into it. Next week we're going to talk about things that are not in the Bible, so you want to tune in for that. This week we're going to tone it down a little bit because I was pretty crazy last week, and I saw that video and I was like, oh boy. So I'm going to delete that from my household where my wife does not see that video.
It might help.
It might. No.
We had people say that they were cautious about watching it because they blush easily.
I don't think there was anything dirty in there. No, I think it's healthy for guys to talk about sex in a positive way.
That was before he had watched it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fine. But this week we promised to be a little more sober. I mean, somber.
Hold on.
It's Diet Dew in the cups. It's
water,
it's water.
Whatever.
So we just kidding about the bourbon thing. So that's. But I want to be in my life. I decided I want to be a Facebook fact checker. I figured out how to do that.
Ooh, you don't even have to have facts for that.
I don't even have to have facts
You just
or
have
a degree.
to not agree with it.
I don't have to have a life. I can just do anything I want to. Yeah, it's kind of to the point now to where they're not fact checking anything anymore. It's basically if I disagree with it, it's wrong. Mm-hmm. Because I posted something the other day. Stanford has come out with a new study concerning the face diapers. We're going to use terms tonight. We're not going to use terms. We're going to call them face diapers.
I'm missing
jabs.
The pineapple.
Because
every time you say face diapers,
that's a safe word. We can't say stuff because the algorithm that is out there that is watching all of us and recording everything that we do will pick up on that stuff and we'll be flagged because we're talking about these particular things. And then I just totally lost my train of thought when I was in there. I was talking about face diapers.
Fact checkers.
Oh, okay, thank you. Man, when you get old, that's what happens. So I get in there and I'm posting something, a Stanford study, where they have come out and said that the physiological effects, psychological effects, even physical effects of wearing masks are going to be bad. Mm-hmm. And they flagged me before I even put it up. It was false. It was one of those things where the whole post is covered with, it says false information. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is a study from just one of the top universities in the United States.
Yeah, it didn't even say partly false.
It didn't say partly. It's like false. It's just totally false. Wow. And so these people are they're out there, they're manipulating media. They're controlling what gets out. But I think most of us have gotten to the point to where we see something on Facebook and it's fact checked. We're like, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually the opposite effect now because people are like, okay, there's got to be some truth to this because they're coming out and doing that stuff. So that's what I want to do with my life.
Well, I mean, if you just look, you talk about the effects of face diapers. I mean, Indiana now, as of April 6th, the mask mandate is gone. Now, I realize
you
some
said
places...
the M word. Don't say the M word.
Dang it.
Okay.
The face diaper thing is gone.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, you go into these stores and people still are wearing them willingly. I went into a store this weekend that the people working at the store did not wear them, but people coming in the door were wearing them. And I mean, these weren't just old people these were people my age, younger, just walking in with them on. It's like they have to have them now.
I said on the 6th that it's time to see how well the indoctrination worked.
It worked well.
It did.
I went to
and for me saying that, I'm considered one who doesn't care. Those people just care enough to continue to take precautions, and I don't.
Yeah. I went to Walmart the other day, and I would say 95% of the people who were there had masks on.
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I walked in like a boss.
Yeah.
I did.
Say, I'm not worried.
When we were in that
I was
little
like,
town,
smell it, man. This is freedom. Smell it.
when we were in that little town that I told you we were in over the weekend, there were a couple shops that said required, and we said, "See ya."
Not going to that one.
You know what? It's their business. They can do whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
Yep. So can I.
And I believe in that. I'm a firm believer in that. And I can do whatever I want to do and not shop there.
Well, it's just like if I go to a store and it has a big sign on the thing that says no concealed weapons. I won't shop there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shop at a place that won't allow me to. As far as I'm concerned, is my freedom, is my right. I have a handgun license to carry.
AMC Theater does that.
Yes, but the show place does not.
Yeah, AMC Theater. I was tell you guys at AMC Theater, I sneak my gun in. and a box of goobers.
we actually
and 2 cans of Diet Mountain Dew.
Nice.
And the wife cleans out the purse, and all she does is just throw stuff in there. And so we wait till some real loud part in the movie, and then we open the cans.
There you go. There
and
you go.
that's what we do. We sit there.
My favorite part is when you go up to the door and it says, no concealed weapons. You just unconceal it.
It has to be open then.
I did that at the store one time. I just put it. Okay, well, untucked it, walked right in. They didn't say nothing.
I guess it's true.
I'm thinking, well, you said no concealed weapons. It's not concealed.
The funniest thing I've bought here lately is I bought a fakemask.com.
I saw those on Facebook.
The mesh.
Go do that. It's because I'm telling you folks, and I did a sermon. This is a sermon that got me in trouble. Was where I started calling mask the new pacifier. I said the N word. Face diapers the new pacifier. They are adult pacifiers. That's what they are. And it just proved my point, because I could walk in and, sir, will you put a mask on? Sure. And I'll be like, I'll put the fake one on, and they're like, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, this is fake.
Yeah. And you can see through it.
You can see through it. When I grow my beard out, my beard sticks through it. My wife was, your beard is sticking through your mask. So it will actually stick through there, and the people are just like, they don't care. They just want to see you complying.
Well, I mean, there's several times where I'd walk in and just put it on my chin. And they didn't care. It didn't have to be over your mouth. As long as it was on your face, they didn't care.
Oh, you walk in there and you just see people with their nose sticking out. It's like, what good is that going to do?
Yeah.
It's just people are sheep, man. Mm-hmm. They are. Everybody wonders, well, how is this going to happen in the end times and all? It's going to be easy, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy.
Yeah.
We were talking about this in our Revelation study the other night. I said, do you really think that you're going to have to, that the mark, the accepting of the mark is going to be something that you necessarily willingly do? Mm. When the Bible talks about people being deceived, even the elect being deceived, I don't think it's going to be something that you necessarily sign up for, but something that you're guilted into or pressured into, or hey, I got to have this to live or to survive.
One of the things about that I'm real disturbed about is how Christians, and that's just been one of the most disappointing things with all this stuff is taking place, is how Christians have just kind of, I don't know, lost their faith. I mean, they start ridiculing people who are I get ridiculed because I tell people I won't die one day before God wants me to.
Oh, yeah. They think that's crazy.
And they just think that's crazy. They just think that is, and it's like, I won't. If it's not God's will for me to die, I won't die.
So then there we go again with God's not in control. We're in control. If you say we're not going to die before God wants us to, well, then you're saying we're the ones that make the plans, not Him.
I feel like I have an incredible amount of power if I can do something that makes God react to what I've done.
Right.
Yes.
And the same people who don't you care about other people? One of the arguments is, how could you be pro-life and an anti-mask? And it's like, there's a difference, you moron.
I don't know. Why do you ride a motorcycle with no helmet but wear a mask?
Well,
that is interesting.
It's like when somebody performs an abortion, they're literally going in and killing another human being.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not killing another human being.
Yeah.
And I talked about this before.
But the people that save lives wearing masks are also the ones that are usually for the abortion.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm not killing anybody. It's like,
it's my body,
stay
my
away
choice,
from me.
right?
Yeah, my body, my choice.
I'll put my itinerary up on Facebook, and tell you where I'm going to be that date. Avoid me.
Yeah.
If you think I'm going to kill you. But it's just like, we talked about this before with people, go to Longhorn and take pictures of their food. It's like, you don't have to be there.
Yes, 100%.
If you're that scared, Stay home.
I saw a comment on a jab. Somebody got a jab, and they put on there and said, hey, I got my second jab, blah, blah, blah. And one of the guys underneath it said, oh, well, if he said, I don't want anything negative said, which I agree with, and it goes on to say, one of the guys comments in there and says, well, people that don't have jabs shouldn't be out in public. And I'm thinking, well, if you've got your jab, you're not going to get sick from me not having one. So what do you care if I'm out or not?
If I'm in the store and there's 100 people in the store and 99 of them have been jabbed,
Should have no bearing on
why do I have
their
to be
lives
jabbed?
whatsoever if you go in and have it.
Right.
They should be protected.
That's what they're all working toward now with the vaccine, is trying to move a point where a percentage of the population is vaccinated to the point where they consider herd immunity is a factor then. Mm-hmm. And then if we reach this magic number, everything gets open, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like in 1% that's not been vaccinated. That's what I want to be.
But
I want to get to that point.
Don't you love the fact that Texas and Florida have opened up, and the news media keeps saying it's going to get bad, and their cases are actually dropping.
Texas numbers went down
because people are going out getting sunlight.
You listen to Bill Maher.
I did see him on Facebook, and he was 100% correct on that.
Bill Maher is a host on HBO Real Time with Bill Maher. I can't stand the dude. He's a leftist, full blown, but he
has a lot of good.
Every
points.
once in a while, he says some stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of good points.
And he is willing to say, Florida and Texas, their COVID numbers have gone down because people are going out and experiencing sunlight. Yeah, which is actually a deterrent to COVID.
Yes,
and
fresh air.
And he said, at a very telling point, he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically we have called conservatives, nimrods when it comes to climate change. Mm-hmm. Why can't we start calling ourselves idiots when it comes to this stuff about COVID?
That's what he said. He goes, well, conservatives don't believe in climate change, so they're idiots.
And we call them out on that.
We call them out on that, but us as leftists will sit here and say that this virus is so bad and blah, 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 and lock yourselves up and do all this. And he actually compared, DeSantis or whatever in Florida compared to Cuomo. Right. And he said, look, you've got a Republican and you've got the Democrat. The Democrat was killing people. And he goes, why can we not see our own hypocrisy in
Absolutely.
this?
I think this is what John Cooper was talking about this week. And he tried to share the video of Maher speaking, and Facebook said no. And he had to take it back down and instead read the transcript of the video so Facebook would leave it up. Facebook would not let...
Because they don't want that getting out.
Yeah.
They are controlling information. Yeah. It's Pravda. It's the information arm of communism. It's just no different than Russia back during... their time of communism. It's this media, man, they just lie. All they do is lie.
Mm-hmm. It's just like you're talking about being flagged for false information today. It's not necessarily that your information was false. It's that they didn't want it to be seen. We saw this happen very early in the pandemic, and right in the middle of the shutdown. We had plenty of doctors along the West Coast, I'll just leave it at that were coming out with something opposing what the CDC and what WHO was saying. And it's like, hey, we need to be out getting germs, getting our bodies build up with antibodies to fight this. And he goes, you leaving us at home with our masks on, you're killing us. Mm-hmm. And those doctors disappeared.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and I had never seen a coordinated effort like that to shut them up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Within hours.
It was
and
horrible.
Then the video would get posted, hours it was gone.
But every time CNN posts something, it ought to have to be fact-checked.
Yeah.
Or it ought to be false information.
Yeah.
Because those people are liars, man. Yeah. Their father is the devil because all they do is lie. That's all they know how to do is lie. And they've got that dude from Project Veritas. His name escapes me. Who's the head of that? Well, they've been permanently banned from Twitter now. But they came out with that expose on the CNN director who was just sitting there and just telling the guy, man, we inflated the numbers about COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did.
We did everything in our power to sway the election toward Biden. We are a propaganda machine. Mm-hmm. And they took him down because they didn't want people to see it. It's not false information. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's not false information. They don't want you to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm kind of like my libertarian conservative side says, well, it's their site. They can do whatever they want to do.
But it's that same level of control or direction. If they make it seem false, you're going to believe that it is. For the
absolutely. Most part. If they're trying to suppress it,
they think it's false. Yeah. Or the
if they're
majority think it's false.
If they're trying to suppress it, they don't want you to see it. Why? Let me decide.
Yeah.
Let me do it. Let me decide whether or not it's right or wrong because they know people are stupid and they know that they can put stuff out there and people will take it and people will believe it. I mean, I had somebody, a good friend. He's not stupid, but because he's a conservative, but he sent me a doctored video of something that Obama was saying.
Oh yeah, I get that all the the right is sometimes just as bad as the left when it comes
the
to
videos
that.
is doctored.
Yeah.
And if, like, because you can see the whole speech in entirety, and you know that he actually didn't say that. We can't participate in that.
No, that's the
We
problem.
can't do that stuff. And so yeah, it is full of liars. They had a guy down in Florida somewhere like it. There was a firefighter that donated $10 to Kyle Rittenhouse. Is that his name?
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse, yeah.
To his defense fund, $10. Their investigative journalist from the TV station went to that dude's house to confront him about his $10 donation.
What?
And now the fire department's doing an inquiry into him
Are you
because
serious?
of that.
Yeah, and yet we allowed and supported and promoted the funding of other organizations that I won't mention.
Absolutely.
Oh, where people have 3 houses?
Yeah. You can't give $10 to Kyle, but you can get on there as a congressman or a senator and say, please donate. Or Kamala Harris, who basically said, we're going to donate to this fund that's going to bail these protesters or these rioters out of jail. And that's perfectly okay.
Yep.
We live in a society, folks, where there's rules for everybody else and there's rules for us. And you just need to understand that. You're not going to get a fair shake. That dude, that cop, he acted inappropriately. He was wrong in some of the things that he did. But, man, he didn't stand a chance.
Oh, no.
He didn't stand a chance. He was going to be guilty.
You're talking about yesterday's?
Yeah,
verdict?
Maxine Waters. I've never seen a more punchable face in my life than Maxine Waters.
Guilty or not?
I don't think you could not beat her any uglier than she is.
Guilty or not, this country couldn't afford for him to get out of that.
But that's not justice then.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah, it's
but
not
that's the way it went. They knew what would happen. If
They
it
don't
didn't.
want justice. They want their way. There's a difference
Yeah,
between
justice is innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
He was guilty trying to prove his innocence.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, I'm so upset about this. I'm going to go steal a widescreen TV.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we didn't have Luton back in Luton. I said Luton.
Looting.
That's why we didn't have lutein back in the 80s, because we had those big console
Yeah,
televisions.
that's all on Facebook. It says this is why their looting didn't exist in the 80s.
Pull the truck up.
You ever tried looting a 250-pound TV?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You didn't do that. One of those tube TVs, you never did that. But
The cabinets on the side of it. Yeah.
these, you have to understand, there's people who want legitimate change. Most of the black people in black neighborhoods don't want the cops out of there. They want the cops there.
Yeah.
They're fine. You've got agitators who come in from out of state and they rile everybody up. And this is what they do, and this is what they get paid to do by George Soros and people like that. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's the truth. All the money that the corporations send to them, that's what they use it for, to just rile these people. You can get paid to be a protester.
Yeah.
They do it. And so you think this is kind of a grassroots. It's not.
I'd like to get paid to agitate.
I mean, I do. That's very well what I do at work. But
Yeah, we agitate all the time. We just don't get paid to do it.
Yeah.
here, I got to fix this. You're driving me crazy.
You,
Okay,
it's like
thank
you're on a leash.
But the media. Okay. We're so professional here.
Back to the train thought.
I'm sorry to the 6 people who are actually watching this. Oh, by the way, we're the Gospel Broalition, in case you hadn't figured that out. Hopefully you're smart enough now where you got to get it.
It's only an 18-minute intro.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Joined by Mike over here, who's your hillbilly. To my left, Dauntless Gaming's J.R. Robinson. Bromigos in here, Sweet Tony. And, of course, Cameron.
Shut up, Cameron.
I was going to be nice. And
Can't let it go.
so we're
We're going to be T-shirts
so happy.
eventually here.
But the media lies. Did you see that report where they came out this week that cop that they kept in the rotunda of the Capitol building, and everybody came around and the flags were at half-mast in the country because he supposedly got killed by 2 protesters at the Capitol building. He got his head bashed in with a fire extinguisher. The medical examiner came out, the Washington, D.C. medical examiner came out and said he died of a stroke a day afterwards, and none of the stuff that happened at the Capitol had anything to do with his stroke.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And they said he died. He was killed at the Capitol. And they ran with that story, and they never retracted it.
No. They never will.
And
they
they put his ashes in the middle, and they had the guards standing around, and the president and the so-called president, and the VP.
He came outside.
They all went there and they all did this stuff, and they had this big ceremony. he was defending the captain. No, he didn't. He died later on. He called his brother that night and said, "I'm good," and he had a stroke. But they never changed the story because they're liars.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you want to get us in real trouble? I'll talk to you about what happened at the Capitol.
Oh boy,
The Capitol, folks. If you don't know, the Capitol was what happened at the Capitol was a planned, coordinated event between leaders of Antifa and the FBI.
Ooh.
They wanted it to happen. They wanted this to be 9/11. They did. They wanted carnage. They wanted death. I think the cop fired into the crowd so that he could incite people shooting back. I believe it 100%. Conspiracy theory or not, I don't care. I think it was done. The FBI has become the new KGB. They have. Because you hear these stories, and there's numerous stories out there. You just got to look on. They're going, and people who are at the protest, they're going out. A single mother, getting her up at 4 o'clock in the morning with armed guards coming in riot gear, pointing a gun at her face, getting her out of bed, taking her, putting them in solitary confinement for 30 days. That's tactics of the Gestapo right there.
Yeah.
And the FBI is now that they're the brown shirts, and that's what they do. And you need to wake up. The FBI is not your friend. And so you've got to watch what you post on Facebook. You got to watch the stuff that you say, because all this stuff's going to be used against you one day. And you just got to be careful about that. So they just lie all the time. And like I said, they wanted the Capitol to be a lot worse than it was. But because we show restraint, because we don't do that stuff. I mean, they got that picture of that guy with the moose head on or whatever, the one I'm talking about.
That was not a conservative.
And I'm
just gonna come out and say, I don't know.
He's been photographed with Antifa.
I'm about to say,
right? And
I don't know any conservatives that dress like that for any occasion.
And so there's two guys on either side of him, and one of the guy has the communist hammer and sickle on his tattooed right here. I don't have any conservative friends that have that.
No, sure.
You know, and so and they're just like, look, he's a conservative. No, they're not conservatives. They were Antifa. They were plants that were put in there to storm the Capitol. They got videos of the cops taking the barricades down, going, "Come on in."
I have a Facebook friend that was there that day.
Yeah.
And he tried several times to post videos of things that he saw and was removed and suspended and banned. And I also have a pastor's testimony, a very large church to the west of us, who was also there that day and tells a completely different story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't believe a single thing the media tells you. Nothing. I mean, if they tell you the sun's going to come up tomorrow, get up in the morning and make sure, because it is not. They're lying. They're just filthy, stinking, rotten, straight from hell, demonic, evil liars. Oh, Leah, there's some good in them. We need to pray for them. No, these people are evil. Get your head out of your rear end. Good gosh, man. These people are evil, and the church is trying to deal with these people. And it's like, well, Paul was bad at one time. Paul thought he was doing a work for God. Yeah. These people are working for the devil, and they know it, and they love it. There's a book out there. Read about the Bohemian Grove. Read about that stuff, and see what these people are. Read about the New World Order, all this stuff. You think it's fake? It's not fake, folks. There's stuff going on there. And McCain and Romney and Bush. Bush is an idiot, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't believe I voted for that dude.
Yeah, me and you both.
Twice. He is an idiot. Romney, these guys didn't change. This is the way they always were.
Yeah.
They just lied.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They lied to the American people because we're sheep. Because conservatives are just as big as sheep as anybody else is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
We fall for anything. We fall for anybody. It wouldn't surprise me if Trump don't come out later on and all of a sudden he's nuts. Because we can't find, I mean, politicians are liars. I'm so tired of politicians. We're not being represented in Washington anymore. And I've just made a list somewhere. And if I'm not here next week, folks, it's because the FBI came and got me in the middle of the night. But but now you know why they did, because I spoke out. But we're sheep, and bless their hearts. Pray for our cops. I wouldn't be a cop.
No way. You can pay me enough.
I appreciate what they do, and if anybody's thinking about going to law enforcement, don't.
No, how can you ever do your job if you're constantly concerned that you're not doing it the way somebody else would want you to do it?
I don't understand why these guys, I'm sure there's a lot of small towns who want to hire cops. Why can't a guy who's inner city just say, I'm going to go get a new job somewhere?
There's not enough room for all of them.
Well, maybe not.
I mean.
But these guys in these inner cities, I would just be like, well, you need to go here because there's a shooting. It's like, I'm not going.
Yeah. I'm
not going. Take the cops out. Do it. I double dog dare you.
Yeah, they think it's better without cops. Yeah, try it.
Take the cops out, just and see what happens. You won't have a city, but understand, like I said before, there's good people in there.
Yeah.
And what you see on television is, number one, it's a lie. It's like a dude from CNN at time. It's like they're doing mostly peaceful protests in the background.
Cars are on fire in the background.
The whole city's on fire behind him. And it's just peaceful.
It's like that little cartoon of the dog sitting there at the kitchen table with the house on fire.
Yeah,
and he's like,
it's
everything's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
Then you see somebody carrying a podium out of the Capitol, and
Yeah,
that's
they're like,
not peaceful.
this is terrible.
This
is
is
the worst
horrible.
attack in
He's
human
got a
history.
book. Oh, my gosh. He picked up a pamphlet. Ah. Yeah. Oh, that guy found the zip ties on the ground in the Capitol building. He picked them up. Oh, big mistake. He's running around with zip tie. They call him zip tie guy.
Zip tie guy?
Yeah. And so the FBI went and got him too.
Why? Because he had zip ties?
Yeah, because they thought he was going to zip tie people up. He actually found them on the ground.
Wow.
Now, how in the world did he find? I believe him 100%. Why were zip ties there? Because they were going to arrest people. They had it planned.
Huh.
It was all planned, folks. My gosh. Don't be naive about this stuff. Man, there's books out there you can find that your government's been doing stuff. You'd have no idea what your government's doing.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
Oh, man, you don't even know. Everything that you see on television, question it. Yeah. But you look at it, how the media does. Like, he had that Muslim that ran over that Capitol cop. That Capitol cop didn't get anything. And that story, it died because it didn't fit the narrative.
Yep.
And so that Ashley Babbitt, bless her heart, stuck her head through a window and got it blown off by a Capitol cop. He's not going to face any charges whatsoever.
Yeah. But the guy trying to arrest the guy high on fentanyl is...
gosh, yeah.
You know, I mean...
Oh, this poor cop who broke up this fight where this woman she has a knife.
Oh, good grief, yeah. I feel... He was in a no-win situation.
He's no-win situation.
100% no-win situation. If he shoots one, he's racist. If he shoots if he doesn't shoot the one and the other one stabs the other one, he's a racist.
Yeah.
Because he
he's
let
racist
the
because he
girl
allowed
die.
it to happen. Right.
So he's a racist any way you look at it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. And but then again, I mean, I see some of these cops on there, and I understand. I got two of my best friends of all time are cops, and you think cops are your friends? They're not your friends. I mean, they're just not. When they put that uniform on, they're not your friend.
They can't be.
They're not. And we support the blue and everything that we do here, but I see some of their actions on there, and they're just they want to get a paycheck, don't want to lose their job just like anybody else.
Absolutely.
And I see them things where Antifa will go and attack people, and then guy will fight back, and they'll arrest him because they've been told to stand down.
Yeah.
Don't touch Antifa. Right now, you can't touch Antifa. You can't touch BLM. You can't do any of that stuff.
Antifa doesn't exist, remember?
Oh, yes, right. It's a figment of everybody's imagination. I wonder why they run around with T-shirts on all the time. It's just weird. That's just, it's just shocking. I guess, I don't know. Maybe they love it. It's just like, wow, we don't really exist. That's cool. We can go out and exploit this.
You don't exist. There's no penalty.
I mean, there's not a. If I use the term, if somebody who believes that, idiot. I need to learn more descriptive, derogatory terms because that doesn't even cover it.
Idiot doesn't cut it.
No, I mean this is like acid-induced coma stupidity. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I'm going to say something here, but
he's holding back.
I'm going to slow down.
Pineapple.
I don't want to turn into
Pineapple.
Pineapple. That's a safe word. But if my son came up and said I want to be a cop, I'm like, nope, don't be one, and don't be a soldier too. I appreciate soldiers, but they're going to stick us in some godforsaken wars here because these people are all about war.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are. They're all about imposing America upon everybody else. Trump was an isolationist. When I get talking too much, I have a hard time saying words. And so he didn't want any of that stuff. He didn't want to have sending our boys over to foreign countries and doing this stuff. But these people, these globalists who want to change the entire world, George Bush is one. And I hear a tractor going. So
it must be above us.
If you hear that, there's a tractor going right over top of the bunker.
Since we're in a bunker, that's right.
We're in a bunker. I hear it up
that's
there.
great. So I told you we live where the bunker's on a farm. So
so if you hear tractors,
if you
and
hear
stuff,
animals
don't
and
worry
dogs
about
and tractors and stuff like that, then you know what's going on. But we're guilty as conservatives, like I said earlier, of being sheep. And I ran across this site today, and I thought this was really interesting because it's called Second Vote, and it's a number 2 2ndvote.com, And if you look it up, it's really interesting because what they do is they take major corporations and they say, here's how we're going to kind of give a score to these corporations. All right. So what they do is they say we're going to measure them in 6 categories. All right. You gotta stop it.
No, keep going. It's just a tractor. We're fine.
It's driving me crazy.
It's fine.
go.
Just go.
Is it that loud through this?
Nah.
I'm getting ready to ream somebody out, man.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Continue.
All right. Well,
Now I
sorry,
have to-
folks.
Sorry for that, Paul.
Now I have to edit it. Thank you.
Yeah, we live on a fully functioning farm here. I'll pause for 1 second.
And now the tractor's.
Oh, now it's stopped. Secondvote.com. They measure companies on 6 categories. Their right to life, the First Amendment, religious liberty, Second Amendment, of course we know what that is, their environment, the border, and education. And so what happens is basically every company starts off with like a middle score. You go from 1, which is totally liberal, to 5, which is conservative. And yellow is in the middle. That's a 3. All right. So basically everybody starts it there. And what happens is if you contribute to certain things or stuff like that, then you either go down or you go up, depending on who you give to.
makes sense.
They measured it, how they scored it. They wrote it like this: direct and indirect corporate donations, activities and stated policies from these companies, documented sponsorships for various political groups, events, corporate leadership donations activity, and lobbying spent for or against various issues. Like if they send a lobbyist up there against guns, then they fall into this category. They're either positive or they're negative, either liberal or conservative. So they put these things out. I'm going to read some of the companies here. I'm going to let you know what we're supporting. Conservatives.
No, I don't know if I want to know.
So this is second vote. You vote this way, and the second vote means now you vote with your purse or your pocketbook if you're from the South, or your wallet.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you vote with your money. All right, and all these corporations. Now you have to understand that when you support these corporations, and this is what I know you hate to hear this stuff.
I support Amazon.
But when you support these organizations, what happens is the money that you give them goes to all these organizations that you hate.
Yeah.
And they go to all these causes that you hate. And so you are indirectly supporting these people.
My taxes indirectly support a lot of things I don't like that I have no control over.
Don't pay your taxes.
Yeah, I don't want the IRS to audit me.
Oh, yeah, because IRS is, they're another...
They on the list?
Yeah, they're another tactical wing of the Democrats. So here's some people who got 1s. All right? You ready? AARP.
Wait. 1 is the
1 is totally liberal.
left. Okay.
Yeah.
God-forsaken, straight from hell liberal.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
AARP.
Yeah.
So it's, yes, I'm not... Don't
You are the only one here qualified.
Stop sending
for
me
that.
stuff. Tony.
Maybe Tony, but
Sweet Tony's in there too.
okay. Sweet Tony.
Don't send me any stuff because I'm not going to do it. Apple, of course. So if you have an iPhone, you're Satan.
Cameron.
Oh my gosh! Now you really need to shut up. Bank of America. Now these are just some of them. This is not all of them. I mean, they have an exhaustive list. They probably have 500 companies on there. Bank of America, Bath and Body.
It smells so good though.
Totally liberal.
No, you can tell.
BP,
The gas station?
British Petroleum, is a 1.
That's not so big around where we are, is it?
Yeah, but I
There's a
see
few
it.
BP
I see it.
stations,
Yeah. Coke, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, Pepsi's better anyway.
DirecTV.
Nah, cut
That's
that
okay.
a
I
long
don't
time
have
ago.
cable, so.
DirecTV, their circle is total red.
Wow.
And all these are totally red. Ford.
Ah.
No. Continue.
Now, this is going to be tough, folks, because everybody in here who has a truck drives Fords.
Technically, I already bought one, so now that I know, I plan on keeping my truck forever, so I'm good.
All right, but I'm going to defend Ford. I'm going to defend Walmart.
Dude,
You ready for this?
Defend Walmart?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No, I hate Walmart. I'm going to defend them. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to defend Ford. Ford knows that people like myself and the Hoosier Hillbilly and Shut Up Cameron, we're going to be like, the owner can get up there, carve a pentagram on his chest, and say, Christ, Satan is my king. We're still going to buy a Ford. He knows that.
Because he knows he has the best truck.
But he knows that. Okay, that's debatable. But he knows.
Mister, buy Ford, they're good.
He knows that we're going to continue to buy. He knows that conservatives, okay? So don't call liberals sheep, because conservatives are going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So this guy, he knows he can do that, so he's going to go out there and start doing this stuff. So what happens is, so that they don't get their buildings burnt down, what they'll do is they give all these money to these corporations. Yeah. They give the Planned Parenthood, they give the BLM, and BLM extorts them. Because BLM basically says to them, it would be, you got a bunch of nice buildings here, it would be sad if something actually happened to these buildings. And so what they do, it's you've seen those movies like with the mafia and stuff like that, where the mafia would come by, it's called protection money. And they would go by and they would go to business owners and say, we'll protect your business, you give us a certain amount of money a month and we'll do that. That's what BLM does. You give us money, we're not going to burn down your buildings. It's extortion. That's absolutely, folks, that's absolutely what's happening. That's what they do. That's how they get these millions of dollars. You send us money, we're not going to destroy your business. Yeah. They do it with Planned Parenthood. They do it with all the environmental groups. They do all that stuff. So Ford, they know we're going to buy their trucks. So they're just like, okay, we're just going to give this money to these people to have them shut up. And that's what they're doing. They're not giving money to these organizations because they believe in what they're doing. No, not at all. No. Because I know those guys who work on the lines there, they don't believe in this stuff. Yeah. They don't believe in this. They love their country. And so they do this so that they can keep people off their back. Yeah, I agree with that. That's what they do. And so I'm not making total. Now Bath and Body, I don't know why they do it. I mean, because they probably believe in it. General Motors does it. Jeep, if you guys remember the Super Bowl, Jeep came out with that.
We're still on the number ones.
Oh, we're still at ones. Jeep came out with that advertisement, and about everybody coming together. They picked Bruce Springsteen,
which was the worst possible choice.
I mean, he all he did was badmouth Trump. He hates Trump, and then he's like, "Well, Biden's president now. Let's all come together." It's like no, and it got yanked because he got a DUI. I wonder if he got a DUI in a Jeep. That's what happened. Yeah, born in the USA. Come on, girls, get on in. Is your daddy home? He did that song, didn't he?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, little girl,
is your daddy home? Why does everybody like Bruce Springsteen? He sucks.
He was terrible.
Born in the USA. What people don't understand, Born in the USA is an anti-USA song.
I don't even think I like that song.
It's an anti-USA song, and everybody's like, born. And see, like 4th of July fireworks. Born in the USA. It's an anti-USA song. But everybody likes it. Bruce Springsteen's terrible.
He is
terrible, man. And I listen to all types of music, and if somebody's good, I'm going to say they're good. You know? Yeah. Amy Winehouse, she was horrible, drunk, stoned out of her mind all the time, but she was a talent. Yeah. Kurt Cobain was a talent.
Yes.
Bruce Springsteen's not a talent.
Michael Jackson might have been some dirty things, but he was the most talented pop artist on the face of the planet.
Bruce Springsteen, overrated.
100%.
Absolutely overrated. Can't stand that. All right. He just got famous because of Courtney Cox. That's the only reason. I had a crush on her. I hate to admit that, but I did. When she was on
Friends?
No. Before that, she was on what was that show with Michael J. Fox?
Oh,
Family Ties.
Family Ties, yeah.
She was on there. Had a crush on her.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Then she got ugly. They're doing a Friends reunion. It's like, don't.
Yeah, don't ruin.
Don't.
Should have left it good.
Yeah, don't ruin. Yeah, don't ruin.
All you guys look like us now, which I found very ironic, as we were going through the video last week of what we think is sexy, and all of us laying around like.
Except Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what us all fat guys think is sexy. And every single one of us, you got this profile, JR right here. He looks like that big fat guy from all the Austin Powers movies. Get in my belly!
Wow, he went there. That's a little harsh.
So we're sitting around talking about we're not sexy.
Hey, easy. No.
So our ladies need to get on here and be like, you know what? You guys aren't sexy either. No, our wives are sexy though.
Yeah, we never said our wives aren't sexy.
Yeah, our show wasn't. Well, our wives.
But I just find it ironic because it's like, here's what we want you to do: be sexy, and they're like, "Won't you take a bath?"
No, that's probably true. Yeah.
Change the underwear you've been wearing for 3 days. Yeah. What women think is sexy, yeah, it'd be totally different from our list. Okay, GM, GE, Johnson & Johnson.
Ah, crap.
that makes basically everything.
Yeah, like you're not going to escape that.
Everything that you own is made by
Stop
Johnson
using
&
Q-tips
Johnson.
and baby powder.
Q-tips,
And,
everything.
you name
Aren't they
it.
making one of the jabs now too?
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
All right. Kellogg's,
Yeah, I could live without that.
Kraft.
Although Kellogg's, I think, also makes a whole lot of different
Kellogg's
cereals.
does too.
They
Kraft,
don't just
Kraft cheese, that macaroni and cheese,
Oh, I
straight
like
from the
that.
devil.
So
Straight
good though.
from the devil.
The devil
That's
himself
right.
made it.
Macaroni from the devil. The devil's macaroni. That's what we'll start calling
There
it.
you go.
Levi's.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I'm not a big Levi's.
Levi's,
fan.
you thought would be an American company,
you
right?
would think so. Bruce Springsteen probably wears them.
They're
He
too
does.
expensive for me.
I don't wear them anymore.
Yeah, I brought the Rural King off brand.
I
That's
wear
the
Lee
best thing.
jeans to support the company
There you go.
that I own. I own Lee's jeans and Lee chicken. Lee's chicken.
Oh, Lee's chicken's awesome.
Yeah. Minute Maid.
Yeah, I could do it.
Samsung. Very disappointed. I'm a Samsung guy.
I think. Hey, yeah, Samsung's a good company, but
They used to be.
Shell.
good product.
Shell company. Shell.
Don't use them. There's not a whole lot of those around here
Yeah.
either.
Victoria's Secret.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
going to
too
shop there
expensive.
anymore.
Can our wives still shop there?
I wasn't shopping for my wife.
Oh, man.
Pineapple.
Oh, I just really like their stuff. It's so soft.
It's so. Wow, I just got a bad. What was
Got a
it?
bad mental image
Yeah.
there.
Woo! Too much
Yeah.
to handle. As a
Yeah,
Silence of the Lambs image come into my head there.
serious.
I can't take it anymore.
he puts the lotion on.
What's the lotion on the skin?
Wells Fargo. Oh, yeah, you
Wells
ready for this one,
Fargo.
Jay? Are you ready for the last one? Who's a one? Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
Never heard of them.
In case you can see it from where you are, Mike has a Busch Latte light on.
Bush Latte.
But I think they're in the same category like Ford and Walmart. I think.
I don't see a whole lot of liberals buying Busch Light.
Yeah, we
but,
know a bunch of
I
guys who
mean,
drink Busch Light.
Yeah, and they are not liberal. Yeah,
They're as
Yeah,
far
the
from liberal as you can
farthest
possibly
thing,
get. I mean,
yeah.
they hate liberals, and so now every company I just read to you was less than Planned Parenthood.
whoa.
Was
How
lower
is
on
that
the
even-
scale. Closer to one.
Lower on the liberal scale than Planned
How is that
Parenthood.
even possible?
I don't know.
That's
Planned Parenthood was like 1.25, and all these people were like ones.
really.
Yeah.
Did anybody hit a
But
zero?
understand, everybody starts at 3, and so you have to actively give to certain things to lower your score.
Right.
And so Planned Parenthood probably does not give to certain causes. They
Yes.
just want to kill babies by the bucketful.
They just get. They don't give.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood, man.
So who's the most conservative?
Oh, thanks. Nice segue.
Thank you.
Hey. Here's some conservative companies. that
Is
were
this
up
all
there.
the way at the 5 now?
If you say
No.
like Fiats or something like that, I'm sorry.
There's not a whole lot
Not
of
buying it.
5s, but understand anything above 3 leans conservative because
Okay.
that means they have given to some conservative cause.
So these are 4s or 3s?
Some are 5s, most of them are 3s. Something.
Yeah, I doubt there's many fives.
Patriot Mobile was a full 5. It
Well-
was the only company that was a full 5.
With the name, I would hope so.
Yeah. But Patriot Mobile was a 5. Champion close.
Really?
Okay.
I don't own any of those.
I will start buying them though.
I
You
guess.
can get them at Walmart.
Yep.
What?
Folgers.
Yeah, that's it.
Folgers is a conservative company.
And Maxwell House is the devil.
Yep.
Just putting that out
Hanes, Hane, Hanes underwear.
there. Okay,
I wear their jammy pants.
Yeah, Jamie pants are awesome.
Hobby Lobby,
There.
Yeah, I'll probably I
figured
can
that.
see. Yeah,
Home Depot, the best place to shop.
that's why I go there.
I
Yeah.
chose them over
Absolutely.
Lowe's during the pandemic. Yep.
Overstock.com,
Okay.
Never been there.
Caldwell Banker, Winn-Dixie.
What is Win? You know what Winn-Dixie is apparently.
That
That's a grocery store.
Oh, I thought you meant like the paper materials, cups, and
Oh
plates.
yeah,
Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie is a paper cup.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
You
it
guys
is.
need to get out more. Go south every once in a while. You ought to. My apologies to my southern friends.
It's still a cup as well.
Yeah.
I think it is.
You can go to Publix or whatever you want to go and shop. You've never shopped there, have you?
Publix?
Yeah.
I have been there at least once.
I-
One time in Florida.
Never seen it. So
They were in the 2s. They were. With a name like that, I fully expected them to be so. Glock and all the gun companies, yeah.
Yeah, I would hope most of the gun companies were. Yeah.
Ace Hardware.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a darn shame they're so expensive.
I know. Doug Commander was only a 3.17.
What?
That's middle.
That's still better, but that's
Middle
surprising.
ground.
Well, that mean they give the Second Amendment, but that's all they give to.
They probably don't give to anybody else.
They don't give to anybody else. So if you're a 3 or above, that means basically you don't give to anybody.
Yeah.
You just kind of get your profits and do your thing, and it's not a bad thing.
Which I think is very respectable.
Right. But they're 3.17. I thought they would be a little more pro-life, but obviously they don't do it.
Yeah, you would
I think the dad is really gung ho. But I don't know about the what's his name?
Willie.
Willie. Yeah, I don't know how he is. Pure Talk was up there. Charbroil.
Nice. What's Pure Talk? A phone company?
A phone company.
Okay.
CVS was high.
What?
CVS was like a 3 point something.
I would have not
V,
called that one.
not B, not CBS. Is that what you heard?
CVS. V.
Yeah, as in like the drugstore.
The
Yeah.
drugstore.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were CVS. All right, so they had to go, and then they break it down. What they do is all these categories, they break it down. They'll tell you who the most pro-life is, who's the most pro-abortion. Here's the most pro-abortion people.
I'm going to say Planned Parenthood. Just going out on a limb there.
Now, granted, I left some of these out because it's like, yeah.
Okay, I just
I didn't put Google or anything on there because like everybody knows Google's the devil.
Agreed.
Amazon wasn't on the list either. So.
No, Amazon's number one.
At what, being the devil?
You didn't say.
The most open supporters of abortion, Amazon.
Yeah.
Man, did you see that over there? Not a ripple from Mike. It's
I
like,
mean, what do you want me to do?
I don't care.
Completely gut my entire house?
I
Because
don't-
everything I
I don't
post from
care.
Amazon. I mean,
do you even know? We talked about this before. It's like, what did you do before cell phones? It's like, what did you do before Amazon?
I had to go to the store.
You had to
It's
go to
terrible.
the store and get it. But
And pay
eBay
overpriced.
was there for a long, long time.
sweet Tony, it's amazing we survived in the 70s and 80s, isn't it, buddy? These kids today.
I bet Sweet Tony still goes to the literal store.
Yeah, I do too. I order stuff off Amazon, but back when the COVID hit, in case you can't say the name, when the fake virus hit,
The Rona.
yeah, what happened was I bought stuff. I was buying stuff. If a llama showed up at my door, I'd be like, okay, I guess I bought it. People just didn't know.
Don't judge me. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
What it is.
Oh my gosh! All right, I thought the show was going to be short.
Surprise.
Yeah. Microsoft.
I believe that.
Yeah. Bill Gates, man.
Yeah, it's just.
Folks, let me give you a little word of advice here, okay?
Pineapple
Are you
time.
ready for this? No, not
No?
at all. Here's the
Okay.
thing, all right? Get your pen and paper, write this down. All the people who support the vaccination believe the world is overpopulated. So that should give you some pause right there and make you start thinking about things. Oh, they had a thing on 60 Minutes 2 weeks ago. 60 Minutes is a bunch of liars, too. But they had
You watched them.
Well, huh?
You watched it.
No,
though.
I know. No, I don't watch. I got rid of DirecTV because they're of the devil. But they had this report where the Army has developed a chip that will go underneath your skin that can detect COVID before you actually have it. And they said in the interview, we're not going to use this to track people. Sure you're not. And monkeys might fly out of my butt. Yeah. Of course you're going to use it to track people. It's so... That's what I was talking about earlier. That's why a long time ago I was talking about this, and then I lost my train of thought. But the people who make fun of people who believe in microchips and stuff like that, Christians who believe in that stuff, and they Christians make fun of other Christians who believe in that stuff. Oh, I think it's fully possible. Samsung Hallmark.
Okay.
Well,
Here's your Hallmark movie of the week. Katie gets an abortion.
Yeah. Well, that's good for
Casey-
me. I don't ever have
yeah.
to go to the Hallmark
Katie
store
kills her
again.
children. Part 1, Part 2. Old Navy.
Yeah.
J.C. Penney. They're going out of business good.
Yeah, about to say
Good.
they're not even around anymore.
Yeah. Okay, anti-Second Amendment, Panera Bread. That's not a
Yeah. Well,
surprise.
yeah.
Only fruity liberals go there anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Do you go there?
To Panera, I have eaten there before.
Oh,
Starting to make a little
I
sense
do not
now.
like their food.
Okay.
Okay.
Dick's Sporting Goods, we knew that because
Yeah, they don't
came
sell
out crying
guns.
over, we're
Yeah.
gonna get rid of all of our guns.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, wow.
Yeah, well,
That really dropped the numbers,
Yeah.
didn't it? Did you hear that? Oh, yeah, I got to fact check on something else. More people will die from having things stuck in their anus than will die.
Wow.
Than will die from a total of 5 years of gun deaths.
What are people sticking in their butts? I mean, that's kind of dangerous.
More people will die from things stuck in their anus than will die from guns.
That's a fact.
So we're going to
that
ban
I'm
things that you
glad
can
I
stick
know.
in your anus, right? That's so stupid. Who does this stuff? Say people eating Tide Pods? Is that what it is?
Oh my!
Oh my
Oh
gosh!
my! Pineapple.
People, you got to be careful out there. I know everybody who watches this show is a conservative.
Apparently, that happens all the time. It makes it into your medical dramas where people that's like an illness where people do that.
Yeah.
It's an illness that people stick stuff in their butts.
Yeah, they some sort of an addiction. Yeah.
Cameron works in medical. He knows it's right, isn't it? Don't say anything. But he knows it's right. He's nodding his head. He knows.
Wow.
He does.
I'm
Who was telling the story?
flabbergasted that this actually is.
Somebody was telling the story. They had a friend who was who works in the ER, and somebody came in and they had a miniature Statue of Liberty stuck up their butt.
Oh, there was that one show with the people from MTV, and he stuck a car in his rear end,
Okay.
like one of those little miniature cars. He thought it was funny. It was a prank. He was gonna go to the doctor and get it X-rayed, and then the doctor's like, "You have a car in your butt." So okay, maybe I do believe it. I've seen it on the TV.
Yeah, folks, you keep praying for these people, and we'll keep calling them idiots. Chipotle.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, food's overrated.
No, it's good though.
Overrated. There's better food.
Nah.
Costco. I would never shop at Costco.
I don't think I ever have.
It's very limited in where it exists, anyways. Costco is.
H&R Block.
Oh, they do my taxes every year.
I think.
Oh, and here's a shock for you: the Dollar General store is anti-Second Amendment.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're everywhere.
Good.
Yeah, they are.
Did not
And
know
they
that.
try to. We just small town people.
Yeah.
Who
Small
want to
town
take
people.
your guns?
Yeah. Every 3 blocks.
Yeah.
It's a dollar store every 3 blocks. You can't swing a dead cat without
I
hitting
know,
a dollar
but
store.
understand the people who work there are good people. It's
Yeah.
just corporate. Once again, they don't want their stores burnt down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they mark stores. I think they say this store did not contribute. We're going to do this. When the BLM founder goes out and buys 5 mansions, you keep giving.
Yeah.
Just keep doing. Sam's Club,
Yeah. I can see that.
Alcoa,
Really?
yeah,
Hmm.
and then Walmart's anti-Second Amendment. Those
Yep.
who support it, Ace Hardware,
Nice.
Under Armour,
There you
Ooh,
go.
that's
Pricey,
good.
but there you go.
yeah, and Jiffy Lube,
Okay.
Jiffy Lube. Okay.
yeah. It probably helps a lot of those people who get stuck up their anus. But
I was laughing before you said it.
Yeah, I was like he knew.
you
Took
knew
a
it
while.
was coming.
Knew it was
You just
coming.
knew it was coming.
The opportunity was there.
It was just there. So you can score yourself. All right?
Oh.
Now I would encourage you, get on secondvote.com and you can score yourself to see if you're a liberal or a conservative. I scored myself.
Oh, so we get your results. Good.
Get my results. You ready? Here we go.
Are you liberal?
Well, of course not. Yeah. You wake up and you need your morning coffee. What are you drinking?
Folgers.
All right.
100%.
I chose Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Black
I
Rifle?
can't afford that. That
Okay,
stuff's
that
expensive.
stuff's expensive. I chose Black Rifle Coffee Company. It has a score of 3.33. Folgers, 3.67. So you win. You just got a new phone.
That's expensive.
Who's your cell phone provider? The devil.
All of them. I mean, they're all AT&T.
AT&T
Yeah.
has a score of 1.33.
Dang it. What? Hold on. What's Verizon? Because I know JR. has
They're
Verizon.
all the same. They're all the same.
Ah.
All those companies. So all the car companies are the same. All the phone providers are the same, except for Patriot Mobile, who I said there were 5. You sit down and watch some television. Who is your provider, streaming service? I chose Roku because that's who I use.
Because you can blanket all the other ones you wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Roku is 3.0.
Okay. If I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll
hold on.
take it.
Well,
If
isn't
I'm,
that
if I'm gonna choose one of the streaming services, I'm going to choose Hulu. I guess I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what they are, but
I don't know.
But you can find out who it is. You make a
Okay.
grocery run. I was going to Food Lion, 2.67.
Food Lion? Where are you going to find that at?
I don't have any idea. I just panicked. I picked one.
The Food Lion sounds American to me.
I didn't want to pick Publix just for,
Yeah.
So they give you they don't you can't write it in. They give you like a choice.
So is this for grocery shopping?
Yeah.
It's got to be Walmart.
Safeway.
Honest opinion.
Safeway was a 2.83. You want something to drink? I'm gonna pick a Diet Dew.
That's Pepsi.
1.17.
Ooh.
It's almost as low as Coke.
LaCroix. What's LaCroix?
Well,
I thought
hold
that was a
on.
beer. Is LaCroix
What
a
about
beer?
Ski? RC Bottling Company.
It ain't on the list, probably.
No,
Yeah.
RC's probably on there somewhere. I'll tell you what, the list was like 1,000 companies. I just didn't, and they don't put it in alphabetical order. So you're just like, oh my gosh, really? Tesla wasn't on there. Tesla would have been a 5.
He'd probably be a 3. Because
He's probably 3 because he
he doesn't
care.
give. He
He ain't
donates
giving
all his
anybody
money to
nothing.
He's
space.
keeping his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. LaCroix. What's LaCroix?
It's a beer or a vodka or something like that. I don't.
Is it
I'm not
really?
sure.
No, you want something to drink. Okay. Well, LaCroix is a 3. Are they a beer?
Hold on. We
What
have
is it?
input.
Huh?
It's water.
LaCroix's a water? Okay, drink water. There you go.
Sweet Tony.
Sweet Tony with
with the answer. I
Attaboy.
think Cameron knew it too, but he's not allowed to speak.
Okay. You're craving a burger. Where will you go? I picked Sonic.
And you know what?
That's okay.
I agree with that. That's
Good
a good
choice.
call.
Good choice. 2.67.
Okay, that's
That's pretty good.
done.
Culver's was a 3.0.
Really?
Culver's?
I guess they just don't give any
The
money.
Butterburgers aren't very good, though.
You have some projects to do around the house. Wherever you buy supplies, of course, Home
Home
Depot.
Depot.
Home Depot, yeah.
3.47.
Yeah.
Take your family out to dinner. We're going to the Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
There's
How
nothing more American than the Barrel. The
What?
Barrel's got to be a 5.
What about the McDonald's? Because I have 2 small children that love other Happy Meals.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably
we'll get to
low
that
on
in a
the
second.
list, but-
Cracker Barrel's a 2.67.
That's low.
The barrel is?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
Waffle House. It has a score of 3.17, and you can get in a fight there.
I don't get
Go
it.
to any Waffle House on the weekend, it's get ready to rumble. That's all they do is fight there. You're going to get a seasonal outfit, which I don't buy seasonal outfits. I usually buy stuff when it's off season, right?
Yeah, cheaper that
Where are
way.
you going to shop? I chose LL Bean,
That's expensive.
2.17.
I'm honestly going to say Amazon.
Oh, I don't buy clothes from Amazon.
I buy everything from Amazon.
You don't buy, Amazon's not a brand of clothes.
You said, where do I buy it from? I buy it from Amazon.
Okay.
That's way down. That's a 1.
All right. Yeah,
Just
there we
being
go.
honest.
You stop for gas. I picked Love's. Which,
Oh.
Love's
We
is a
got some around
3.0.
here.
Love's is 3.0.
No, it's Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's cheaper.
Walmart's usually way cheaper, especially with diesel.
If you're wondering why all these things are taking place in our country, it's because Mike is paying for all of it.
It's true. all that big money I make as a mechanic. Yeah.
Mike's going to be about a 2.6.
Mike's not a devil,
I'm probably a 2.6. Yeah.
but he is a demon. All right. You're taking a vacation. I chose Delta, which is 2.0.
I'm not flying. Period. So
Expedia Inc. It's Expedia.com? Is that?
I assume so. It's
Expedia
a travel agency.
3.17.
There you go.
New shoes. I picked Academy 3.0.
where you're going to buy new shoes at?
Academy Sports
The
3.0.
Red Wing Boot Store.
Next time. Bass Pro Shops is a 3.33, which is disappointing.
That's
That should be
disappointing to you.
It's
It's
in the middle.
I'm on deposit check. I picked Fifth Third Bank or 2.17.
I know
better
where
than a
my
1.
bank stands, and it's not good. So we're just gonna.
Yeah, all the banks and all those big corporations, they're all
Yeah.
liberals. My score was 2.51.
Wow.
So I'm borderline liberal.
Well, you're
Well, we all knew
left
that,
of
but-
I'm
center.
left of center. I was heartbreaking to see that. But you have to understand there's not really that many companies out there that do that stuff.
Well, once again, the conservatives aren't out there threatening to burn all the buildings down
Right.
if you don't give money to them. so
McDonald's was like a 1.2, by the way.
that's not surprising.
If you ever want to watch a movie, watch the movie, a good movie about the founding of McDonald's.
Founder, I think that's what the movie's
Founding.
called.
You'll never
Yeah.
watch the movie.
Michael
You'll-
Keaton?
You'll never
Yeah.
eat there again.
Oh,
Ray
Ooh.
Kroc was evil.
really?
Oh, he was evil.
Hmm.
I mean, seriously. Oh, man, we're only a minute away from a whole hour.
It's going to be short today,
It's
boys.
going to be short today, folks. I don't have enough material. So we went long. Next week, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about things that are not in the Bible. So you want to tune in for that because we're going to shock you. We're going to make you mad. because you're going to be like, Mama told me that's in the Bible.
mama
That's gotta
said-
be in it. My
We're going
mama
to take
said
all the traditions you've put all your faith in and shatter them.
Yes. So we're going to be grilling sacred cows next week.
Nice.
And it's going to be, well, we'll be slaughtering them, then we'll be eating them afterwards. But you need to tune in for that. We appreciate you watching. Welcome to our new members of the Gospel Broalition Facebook page. We thank you. One of the things about the group, though, if you join the group, watch the video. Good gosh, man. Don't be a liberal.
It's also the only place you can comment on the videos.
Absolutely. But everybody's afraid to.
They're not doing it, yeah.
Yeah. And you have a good reason to be afraid, because I will ream you a new one. Unless you say something nice. And then
then it's cool.
Then we'll actually mention your name on the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, so in a positive way. It's like, I don't think I want my name mentioned.
I don't want them saying my name.
Yeah. Or, well, we won't mention your name because you don't want to be tied to the podcast.
No.
So we'll let that go. But we thank you for watching. Tune in next week for the Gospel Broalition. God bless you guys, and we'll see you later.
See ya.
The Gospel Broalition is done, leaving behind charred minds, exhaust fumes, ammo, multiple cigar wrappers, and an empty bottle of bourbon. Mission accomplished. You've been listening to the Gospel Broalition with Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson, and the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul. A show for men, by men. If it's religion, politics, cars, guns, cigars, and anything else flammable, we're talking about it. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had fun. We'll be back soon, and thank you for being a part of the Gospel Broalition.